All right, we're all good to go, Teacher Rebecca.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Coco. Okay, guys, have you got your pen and paper with you? Hope you've got some pen or a pencil and some paper. And we are going to get started. So we are starting today with fractions, which is cool. Can I get a picture so give me an emoji in the chat. What do you feel about fractions? So some people love fractions and some people hear the word fractions and they want to run away. So how do we feel about fractions? Nema's like, meh. Oh, someone's crying already. Okay, some people are loving fractions. I love fractions. That's cool. Got some happy faces about fractions, some not so happy faces. That's cool. Okay. Oh, Tana's going, I don't know. Oh, Mataba, fabulous. Understands it. That's cool. Yay, Aziza loves fractions. Excellent news.
Neil, what did fractions do to you? That you were just like,
Ma'am, they're so hard.
Oh, no, they're not.
But they might be difficult when you start off, and then you get the hang of it, and then we're good to go. Life is all good then. Okay, cool. So I know that we're all in different places with fractions because of COVID and lockdown and half-day schooling and half-time schooling and online schooling. So we're going to start off with some of the fundamentals of fractions, and then we'll move on a little bit further from there and do some new stuff. Okay, so we are going to start with what a fraction is. Okay, so fractions, it's part of a whole. Okay, so if I have, I was going to bring a biscuit up and then snap it in half, but I didn't. But if I have a pizza or a cake, and teachers always love to use pizza as an example, or you have a cake, and you cut the cake into two pieces, and you give Nima half the cake, so you give Nima one out of the two pieces, and you give Teacher Coco the second half out of the two pieces, okay? Then they get the same amount of cake, and there's two pieces of cake, so the cake is split into half. It's split into two pieces, okay? And Nima gets the one piece, so Nima gets this piece here. She gets one out of my two pieces, which is pretty cool for Nima. Unless the cake is very small, in which case, not so cool for Nima. Okay, so if it's a big cake, it's better. All right, so a fraction is part of a whole. Okay, so it's not a whole number, it's part of a whole. All right, so when we have a fraction, we have a top number over a bottom number. Can anyone tell me in the chat what the top number is called? It's got a special name. What's the top number called? Don't worry about spelling. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, Mataba, do you want to tell us? Your hand went up and Naomi's hand went up.
Yes, ma'am. It's numerator.
It's a numerator. Excellent. Naomi, is that what you were going to say also?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, and I'm seeing all in the chat. Fabulous. Right, so the top number is called a numerator. And what does that tell us? So what does the numerator tell us? Oh, it's gone down. Who wants to put their hand up and tell us? What does the numerator tell us? Let's see, are there any hands going up? No hand. Oh, thank you. iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is. But iPhone. Where is iPhone? There's iPhone. What's your name, love? Someone's labeled as iPhone. He's just answered. Tara. Hello, Tara. So Tara tells us that the top number, the numerator, is how many parts there are. Okay, so how many parts I get. So that's how many parts of the cake that Nima got. So that's Nima's part of the cake. Okay. And the bottom number, what's that called? What's that called? Into the chat it goes. Oh, into the chat. Hey, excellent. Katura, yes. That's a tricky word to spell, hey? Yo. I get this one wrong all the time. I have to say it out loud, as I said. The bottom part is called a denominator. Okay, it's a denominator. And that tells us how many pieces I've got altogether. Okay, so how many pieces my cake is split up into.
Remember when I was in school, I once got it wrong in a test and I called it a terminator. My teacher really laughed at me.
Very cool. That's the kind of question that teachers love when people get it wrong, because you just get some really funny answers. Okay, so Claudie, we're just going over what a fraction is. Okay, so we're looking at what a denominator is and what a numerator is. So you haven't missed anything yet. Okay, the question now. All right, who knows what our line in the middle is called? What's this guy called? The highlighted line here. He's got a name also. Does anybody know what's that line called? You can pop a hand up if you know. Oh, Watobe.
Ma'am, I think it's a half.
The fraction is a half, yes, because we split it one between two. But the line itself has got a special line. Ota, what is it?
Oh, I thought it was a half.
Okay, so the fraction is a half. It's, yeah?
Oh,
Ma'am?
no, I'm not sure.
Is it? I think it's.
Okay. Hey, we've got some really good people on the go here. It's the dividing line. Okay. It's the dividing line. Right. So this is actually a division sign. If you think about what a division sign looks like, it's a line with a dot at the top and a dot at the bottom. Okay. And a fraction looks just like a division sign because actually we're dividing. Okay. So Nima is getting 1 out of the 2. Okay. So we've got one person getting, well, 2 people, 2 parts, and one person is getting 1 part of it. Okay. Well, that might be that name. I need to check. I've never called it that, Nima, but I'm going to check. I'm going to Google that just now while you guys are busy. Okay. And we'll see. Maybe you'll be 1 up on me. That'll be cool. Nima 1. Teacher Rebecca none. Okay. Let's have a look and see. So we've got some fractions. Teacher Coco, is she right?
Oh, she's 100% right. It is actually called a vinculum. Well done.
Nice one. I'm impressed. I've learned a new word today, Nima. Thank you.
Sure, thanks for that.
That's amazing. Good job. Okay. So I'm going to give you a speed test quickly because you guys, I'm sure you can do all of these. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. We have got, there we go. Got a bunch of fractions here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay. And I want you to quickly jot down, so speed test as fast as you can, but accurately. So not just fast and random. Okay. So quickly and as good as you can, write down the fraction that is shaded for each of them. Okay. So numerator, dividing line, denominator for each of these shapes. On your marks, get set, go. Okay, you're going to work out all of them and then we're going to stop. Oh, Claudia, have you done all of them? A to N?
Yes, ma'am.
Well done. Okay, so we are just going to work out the fractions for each of these. A to N, I'm coming now. Let's see how you go with these. Hey, we've got lots of people finished already. I think I'm going too easy on you guys. We're going to have to make things a bit more tricky for you. gonna have to try and make things more difficult, I think. Okie-dokie. Some people are still working. Let's take 1 or 2 more minutes. Okay, I think we're going to stop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, let's see. Well done, guys. I see so many people have finished. I'm amazed. My gosh. Okay, well done, guys. Right, Lucidi. Oh, that hand went up before I even asked the question. Lucidi, tell me, A. What is A?
Ma'am, A is 1/3.
And what do we call that fraction? It's got a special name.
1/3.
1/3. Excellent. Thank you, Lucidi. You can pop your hand down. Okay, Aziza. B. Can I unmute and tell us? 1/4, which is 1/4. Excellent. Thank you very much. Pop your hand down. And Ingrid. Let's see. C.
2/4.
2/4. And Ingrid, is there another fraction that you could write instead of 2/4?
2/4.
Okay, so 2/4. And if you look at the shape, how much of the shape has been shaded in? If you look at the top over the bottom. So look at the green. Look at how much green compared to how much white shape there is.
I really don't know.
Okay, have a look in the chat. Have a look in the chat. Aziza's given you the answer.
1/2.
1/2. Okay, so half, if you look at the picture, we can also take the top is the same amount as the bottom, isn't it? Okay, so we could also say it's 1/2. So both would be absolutely correct because it's the same. Okay. All right, D for me, please.
Ma'am, D is 4/5.
4/5 or 4/5. Ooh, my computer just changed that 5 into a triangle. That's quite entertaining. Sorry, I think I put a weird setting on. Let's find my pen again. 4/5. Okay. E. Matabo, what's E? You need to unmute, my love.
It is 7/12.
7/12. Fabulous. F. Nima, F.
It's 2/3, and I'm not completely sure how you say it the other way, but I'm gonna try. It's 2/3.
That's 100% correct. Yes, 2/3, which is 2/3. Excellent. Okay, Pupela, G for me.
Okay, Mom. Okay, it is 3/4.
3/4, and how do we say 3/4?
3/4.
3/4. Excellent. Nicely done. Ashley, H.
Ma'am, I think it's 2/6.
It is 2/6. Very good. Okay, I'm going to write that nice and dark so we can see over the orange. Beautiful. Okay, Tara, I for me. Can you unmute, Tara?
You need to unmute.
2/5.
2/5. Good. So 2/5. 2/5. Good. Naomi, your hand is up as well. J.
Ma'am, J is 3 over 5.
3/5. Very good. 3/5. And Matabo, K.
Didn't help me like this.
It's 1 out of 6.
1/6. Very good. Hey, you guys are getting these so beautifully. Maria L.
3 over 12.
3/12. Excellent. And Makati, M.
Remember to unmute.
3 over 6.
3/6. Good. And
Could we ask Kwanda to do the last one for us?
sure. Who are we asking?
Kwanda.
Okay, Kwanda, what's the last one?
Hi, Kwanda. I saw your hand up. You did. I saw your hand up quite a while back.
Right.
Oh, Kwanda's not responding.
No.
Can you unmute?
Let's see if he's put in the chats.
Mm,
Nope.
no, nothing in the
Okay.
chat. I don't know if you can hear us. That's okay. I think maybe we can.
That's okay. We'll give him a chance a bit later.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe Namhla. She hasn't answered yet. Namhla.
Yeah. Namhla?
6 over 12.
6/12. That's absolutely spot on. And some people are telling us that we could also write that as a half, which is also correct. Okay, because half of my blocks are shaded. Okay, guys, well done. You have gotten the basics of fractions, which is great. You can identify the fractions. So I'm very, very, very happy. Okay, so let's have a look at some different types of fractions. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, so first of all, tell me, I want you to quickly write down for yourself so that you've got it written down. What would we call a common fraction? So what does a common fraction look like? What does an improper fraction look like? And what does a mixed number look like? Oh, has my screen gone dark for anyone else? That's a bit odd.
No, ma'am, I can see your screen just fine.
Okay, cool. I think Manolo, your battery might be dying. So maybe just plug your battery, plug your device in if you're on a device. Because I know my screen goes dark when I'm working on a device and my battery's lying. Okay, so a common fraction, an improper fraction, and a mixed number. What are those?
Yo, ma'am, and even before we're done, we've already got hands up and people are ready to give you their answers.
And circle. That's very cool. Loving this. Everyone's on fire for this Monday. Okay.
Love it.
Like
Loving the
everyone had a
logic.
great weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with Boipelo. What's a common fraction, my love?
A common fraction, I think it is maybe like when the amount of numbers it's almost the same, but not really.
Okay, I think you've got an idea in your head there. It's a bit difficult to follow it, but I'm thinking. So if I put 3 fractions on the board, I'm going to put in which one of these would be a common fraction. Which one of those 3 would be a common fraction, Papelo?
I say the 9 over 3.
Okay, so it's not that one. Okay, so my common fraction is actually the 2/3. Okay, and what do you notice? What do you notice about the 2 and the 3?
Can I talk? I'm not sure.
Go guess. What can you tell me about a 2 compared to a 3?
The 3 is bigger than the 2.
The 3 is bigger than the 2. Okay. So for common fraction, my denominator, so denominator is bigger, denominator is bigger than the
That's not, I don't
numerator.
think that's
Okay.
Is it not? Is it an E on the, it's an ER. Yeah, I told you I get it wrong.
Should be the other way around. No, ma'am.
Denominator, no my gosh, oh my goodness, guys. Thank you, Teacher Coco, for picking that up. You see what happens. I had too much chocolate today, that's my problem. Okay, denominator and the numerator, that's or, and is bigger than the numerator for a common fraction. Okay, so the bottom is bigger than top. Okay, so common fraction, my bottom is bigger than my top. Okay, so an improper fraction. Nima, what's an improper fraction?
An improper fraction is when the numerator is bigger than the denominator.
And the numerator, good, is bigger than the, let me get it right this time, denominator. Okay, so my example would be the 9/3. Okay, would be my example of a improper fraction when the top is bigger than the bottom. Okay, and so my mixed number, Naomi, what's my mixed number?
Ma'am, I raised up my hand for the improper fraction, but then the other boy said it. I really don't know what's a mixed number.
Okay, so have a look at the one that's not circled.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's a 1 2/3. Okay, so that's my mixed number. What do you notice about it?
That they've got a 1.
Okay, so it's got a whole number. So we've got a whole number, and what else?
And I don't know, ma'am.
That card, what's this called? What's the 2/3? You know that.
2/3, ma'am.
2/3, and it's a fraction, isn't it?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So a mixed number has got a whole number and a fraction. Okay. So it's going to have a whole number with a fraction, and that's a mixed number. Okay. So a mixed number is a number that's got a fraction and a whole number. Okay. So common fractions, I think we're all pretty comfortable with what a common fraction is and how they work. Okay. We might not be able to say what it's called, but you've shown me on the previous slide, we all know how to find a common fraction. Okay. Yes. Who's mamming me? Is someone asking a question? Or is someone just agreeing? Okay, I think we're agreeing. Awesome. Okay, so now we need to figure out how on earth do we turn a mixed number into an improper fraction? How do we turn a mixed number into a fraction? Okay, does anyone know? Can anyone put a thumbs up in the chat to say that they know how to turn an improper fraction into, or a mixed number into an improper fraction? So Naomi knows how to do it. Cool. Let's see if anyone else pops their thing in the chat to say that they know how. You can do a thumbs down if you don't know how. Different schools do this at different times. Okay. Okay, so some people kind of, some people nope. Okay, awesome. Yay! This is good. This is really good, guys. I like the fact that lots of people don't know how to do it because it means that I have a job to do. And I like having a job to do. Oh, it's all right, your brother making a noise. So frustrating when they do that. They do that a lot, don't they? So do you know how to turn a mixed number into an improper fraction? and the other way around. Grade 6 was a long time ago, Matabo. I understand forgetting it by then. Okay, so some people do, some people don't. This is awesome. Okay, so we're going to go through this. All right. So let's have a look. Are we all paying attention? Because this is a new skill we're learning. Okay, so if I have the fraction, so let's forget the whole number for now. Okay, so we're going to pretend that the whole number is not there. Okay, and I've got the fraction 3/10. My denominator tells me that my object is split into 10 pieces. Okay, so there's 10 pieces in my object. So if I had a piece of paper,
Which means if you are colored.
so if I had my piece of paper, it would mean that I've cut my paper up into 10 blocks. Okay, who's asking a question? No one? Just chatting. Okay. So my 3/10 means that I've got 3 out of my 10 pieces of paper. Okay, so far so good, yes? Okay. Now, the whole number tells me that I've got an entire pieces of paper. In fact, in this one, I have got 8 pieces of paper. So I've got 1, 2, 4, 3, 4. I'm going to make a new fraction quickly with 4 pieces of paper, otherwise I'm going to be ever tearing paper. So let's go with 4 and 3/10. Okay, let's pray that one. Right, so I've got 4 whole pieces of paper. There's 1 whole, 2 whole, 3 whole, 4 holes. And then I've also got 3 out of the 10 pieces on another piece. Okay, this is number 5 piece of paper. And I've got 3 out of the 10 blocks on this one. Okay. If I've split this one into 10, how many must I split each of these into? So my 4 holes, who can tell me in the chat, how many should I split these all into? Okay?
10.
10! Yes! Okay, so each of these has to go into 10.
Very nice number.
Well done. So, if I have got 4 lots of 10s, how many pieces do I have altogether? I'm going to have 40 pieces of paper. Okay, so I've got 40 pieces of paper, and then in this one I only had 3 out of the 10. So altogether, how many have I got? No, how many have we got? If I've got 40 with my big pieces and 3 with my little one, how many have I got altogether?
Please repeat your question, ma'am.
Okay, so we worked out that I've got 40 pieces with these ones, and I've got 3 from this one. So how many pieces do I have altogether?
33.
43, yeah. Okay, well, hello. Where's that gone? That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, guys. Did I make that small? Okay. I wanted to move my screen, but that doesn't work. I've got 43. And we said each piece of paper was split into how many parts? We said it was split into 10.
10.
Yes, so I've got 43 over 10. Okay, so 4 holes and 3 10s actually gives me 43 over 10. Now, it would take a very long time to have to cut up pieces of paper every time I wanted to do that. So there must be a shortcut, right? Because in maths, we're all about shortcuts. So if we have a look at the 43, what we see is actually we said 10 times 4, didn't we? And that gave me 40. And then we said plus my 3. So plus my 3 little extra pieces at the top. And that gave me 43 over my denominator. Okay, so I'm going to say my denominator times the whole number. That's going to give me 40. And then I'm going to add my extra little bits that I've got of the fraction, which makes it 43. Okay, so fabulous. We've got some answers coming in. I love it. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. We'll do the first one together. And then I'm going to let you go ahead and do the rest by yourself. So we're going to say 10 times 8. 10 times 8. which is going to give me 80. And 80 plus 3 is going to give me 83. And that's going to be 83 over 10. And that's it. Then you've turned your whole number, your mixed number, into an improper fraction, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so now your turn is to do number 2 quickly. Okay, so do number 2 for me. Keep your answer or keep it on your paper. Don't put it in the chat yet.
I'm
Do number 2.
And ma'am.
Okay, do number 2.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask a question.
The method that you're using, I don't really understand it. Do you have an easier or another method?
So I don't have another method because this is really, I think, the most straightforward way you're going to get it. Okay, but what you're doing is you're taking your whole number. Okay, you're taking your whole number and you're multiplying it by your denominator. Okay, and then you're adding the leftover bits at the top. I don't know, Teacher Coca, I don't know if you have a different method that you've come across, but I haven't come across another method that works
Apart from
any
that,
better.
the only other way to do it is to think of 11 as 11 times 3 over 3. And that would give us 33 plus 2 over 3. But that's even more difficult because then you need to know how to do common denominators, and that's really difficult. So I think that's the easiest method. Yeah.
Okay. So all you have to do, so don't worry too much about understanding it for now. The understanding sometimes comes later with maths. Okay. Sometimes the understanding clicks after you've been practicing for a bit. But you're going to times.
Papelo may have a question.
Okay. Ask the question, Papelo.
Ma'am, isn't 30 times 3, isn't it like 30 still? Because you can't times the 3 with 0.
Say that again.
33 times 3, you can't times the 0 with 3, right? Which is still 0, and then
What's 0?
the 33.
Oh no, we below, remember, we're multiplying 3 by 11. So 3 times 11.
No, add question 4.
Oh,
you're on question 4.
Oh.
Okay, all right. So you, so here, so 30 times 3. So what's 3 times 3?
9.
9. And then put your 0 back on the end.
Which is still 30.
90.
You're going to have 90.
It's 90.
Oh, okay.
So 30, 3 lots of 30. So 30, 60, 90. 3, 6, 9. Okay, 30, 60, 90. So you have 90 plus 2 is going to give you 92.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes. All right. Cool. And I'm going to give you, let's have a look at number 2 quickly. Some people have done all of them. Fabulous. Okay, so let's have a look at number 2. All right, so Naomi, what is 11 times 3?
33.
Naomi? 11 times. Is that Naomi talking?
33.
It's 33 plus 2, Naomi?
Done with all of them.
33 plus 30. 33 plus 2 is 35.
And it'll be over 3. Okay, my denominator stays the same. Okay, so 35 over 3. All right, Angel, we haven't heard you today. Okay, Angel, 14 and 2 over 5. 14 and 2 over 5. What is 14 times 5? Angel, can you unmute and talk, my love?
I think she's not online.
Ma'am, I really don't understand.
Do you not understand? Okay,
Yes.
so let's do this one together then, Angel. Okay, so we're going to say 5 times 14. Okay. Can you work out 5 times 14 quickly?
70.
70. Thank you. And then Angel. So I've got 70 and then I'm going to add my 2. So what's 70 plus 2?
72.
72. So my new fraction is?
72.
Over?
Over
5.
5.
Angel? Over 5. Okay, because my denominator doesn't change. Okay, so I'm always going to say my denominator times by the whole number plus my numerator. Okay.
Sorry, ma'am. My network is really bad, so that's why I left that last segment.
Don't worry, it's all good as long as you can come back. It's all fine. Okay, Lesedi, can you do the next one for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, talk me through it.
So, ma'am, 3 times 30 is 9. It's 90. Yes, it's 90 plus 2 is 92. So the answer is 92 over 3.
Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to multiply my denominator by my whole number, and then I'm going to add the numerator. Okay, so 3 times 30 is 90, and then I add my numerator, which is 2, which is 92. Okay, Zaman. Is it Zaman? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you want to tell us number 5?
Yes, ma'am. 16 divided by 5, it's 80. 80 plus 4 equals 84.
Good. Okay, and what's my fraction?
64 over 5.
Huh?
84.
84 over 5.
84 over 5. Well done. Excellent. Someone's also got this. Okay. Is there anyone who has a major issue with what we're talking about? Oh, sorry, Jolly, I didn't see your message. You can do one on the next page. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm not seeing all the chats coming through. Okay. All right. If you have a major issue, then I want you to take a screenshot of this page, and then I want you to see if you can find some of your own examples to practice. So you can make your own ones, or you can look online to find some examples. Okay, so if this is confusing you still, then I want you to go and practice. But we'll do some more in the next lesson as well as a revision. Okay, and then we'll go the other way around. Okay, we're going to take them from improper fractions to mixed numbers, which is quite cool. Okay, it's just the backwards way of doing it. All right, let's see. I don't even know if I want to go into these. Shall we have a little bit of a break? Okay, so we have a brain break quickly. I think you guys are getting a bit tired.
Yes,
So, Teacher Coco, can you launch the poll for me that is called Would You Rather? It's the active one, a deactivated one.
yes.
We'll do the Would You Rather.
Guys, please remember to stay muted. Otherwise, we can hear your brothers and your sisters and your cats and your dogs. So we need to remember to stay muted. Okay, I'm going to launch the poll, guys. And then you're going to see something pop up on your screen and just answer it on your screen. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's go.
Not this one. Another one. Not this one. There's another one.
Ooh, I'll have to look, ma'am. Give me a second.
Unless it didn't save.
Oh, Brain Break 2. There we go.
Brain Break 2. Sorry, I renamed it. There we go.
There we go. Yes. Right. Yo, man, that last question, yo.
That's a hard one here. You have to choose. Choosing.
I can't sing and I can't dance, so I don't know.
Which one do you like doing the most? And then you pick that one. Other people don't have to like it.
Sing.
Mama, I would choose. I chose
dancing more.
I like dancing TikTok songs.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
I think maybe one day we should have like a TikTok dance for Watobe, and you guys can dance with us. Hey?
Yes. Watobe TikTok. I like it. I like it.
Let's try dancing. It's nice.
I chose sing. My dancing's not very good. And then I'd be able to still communicate to people all the time because I could just change the words and sing what I wanted to say every time.
Can I start it all over, ma'am?
And what about the seeing into the future? Oh, there's lots of them.
Maybe not.
I think maybe 10 years, because 150 years time I won't be here. So
No. I'd rather see 10 minutes. Because then I'm like, cool, I can handle that. Oh, also, will you teach us to dance? Thank you.
Teach us how to dance. Thank you.
Fabulous. Okay, you have to come on 5 minutes early before session next on Wednesday, and then you can give us a little dancing lesson. Okay.
Ooh,
We'll take some dancing lessons, please. Before lesson starts, we'll take a dancing lesson. Dancing is fun.
Yes.
It is fun.
I love dancing.
But the question is, guys, do you dance? Do you dance in the supermarket? But do you dance in the supermarket?
Yes,
Huh?
I do.
I do. I dance in the
Hey!
supermarket.
Love it.
I do that.
I don't.
Because if you have to dance every time a song comes on, and that means that you have to dance in the supermarket, you have to dance in a taxi, in your friend's car. You gotta dance everywhere, every time a song comes on. Even at school, in class, if your teacher plays music while you're working, you have to get up and dance.
Mostly in the mall, I love dancing. I really do. I can't stop dancing.
Dancing is awesome. It's good exercise too. Okay. I am going to give you a quick, I want to see how we can go with these. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to see how we go with these ones now that you're all nice and awake again. Let's see how they go. Lots of people said 150. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Oh, it was a pretty even split for singing and dancing. That's cool.
I think
nice.
I think most of you guys can dance, so I'm
Yeah.
expecting you guys to teach us how to dance really well.
Exactly, definitely.
No, like dancing is easy.
Well, you see, but now this is the difference. Like, I like maths, and so for me, maths is easy. Now, that wasn't when I was in grade 7, but it is now. And but dancing, not so easy. Okay.
Yeah, but like dancing is the same as math because you have to calculate your steps.
Oh, love it. We need to remember that one, Teacher Coco. I'm going to make a poster that says maths is like dancing or dancing is like maths. You have to calculate your steps.
For the next lesson, we're going to have that. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, guys.
Let's get down to business. Okay. So when we need to order fractions, so we need to put them from biggest to smallest or smallest to biggest. Okay. When our denominators are exactly the same, when the denominators are all the same, it's really easy to order them, isn't it? Because we can just look at the numerators and we can put them in order. But now I've got a question for you. On the green ones that are on the board, I've got 2/10, 5/10, 1/10, and 9/10. What is the smallest fraction? What is the smallest fraction? Zaman, your hand. 1/10. Excellent. Okay. So if we have to order them in ascending order, so that means from smallest to biggest, we're going to order them. So you're quickly going to unmute and you're going to tell me the order. Right, we're going to have some little chaos now. right.
Okay.
Let's hear some chaos. 1, 2, 3. Smallest is
1 over
1
1
over 10
over 2
over
over
10
5 over
10
10
over
5
10
over 10,
Over 10
9
and
over
over
10.
20
fabulous. And mute, 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 mute,
over 10.
mute, mute, mute. Oh, you say the last mute. Beautiful, guys, and lovely. Well done. Okay, and you got this all right. Okay, so our smallest fraction is 1 over 10. Our next smallest one is 2 over 10. And then it goes on to 5 over 10 and then 9 over 10. Okay, now if our numerators are all the same, it's also easy, right? Because we can order them if numerators are the same. But now I've got a question for you, because now where things can get a bit tricky, right?
Ma'am?
Yes. Who's mamming me?
Ma'am, isn't 9 over 10 smaller than 5 over 10 because 5 out of 10 is a half?
Yes, but if you've got a piece of cake or a piece of pizza, you got a pizza and you cut your pizza into 10 pieces. Okay?
Yes,
So remember the denominator tells us the number of pieces there are altogether. So you've got 10 slices of pizza out of your pizza. Okay? And you get given 9 pieces and Tara gets given 5 pieces. Who's got more of the pizza?
It's 5.
Karen.
I think.
Has Tara got more? So if you've got 10 pieces of pizza, okay, and I give Tara 5 of them, and I give you 9 of them, who's got the most pizza?
You.
Me.
You, right? Because you've got 9 out of the 10 pieces. So when your denominator is the same size, then the 9/10 is bigger than 5/10. Okay, because you've got almost the whole pizza, whereas 5/10 is only half the pizza. Okay, so the bigger the numerator, if your denominator is the same, the bigger the numerator, the bigger the fraction. Okay, that means that you get the most. So always take it back down to pizza. Okay, pizza is king, guys. So whenever you're worried, think about a pizza and how you split that pizza up. Okay, so now we're going to think about our pizza a bit more.
Like pizza.
Oh, then think about cake or pie or something if you don't like pizza. Okay, there we go. Think about cake then. Okay, so if you don't like pizza, think about cake. I prefer cake, but that's just me. Oh, I had nice cake today. It had pineapple in it. It's delicious. Anyway, that's a whole different story for a whole different day. If we have a look at our red fractions at the bottom in Watobe red, so we have 1/4, 1/9, 1/20, 1/7, and 1/2, right? What's my smallest fraction in that one? What's my smallest fraction? Shakira, what's my smallest one?
1 over 2.
120.
1 over 2.
Shakira, what did you say?
1 over 2.
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
So if we have a look at the red fractions at the bottom,
1 over 2.
the smallest fractions, that means you're going to get the least amount of pizza or the least amount of cake if we're dividing it up. All right, Tira, what do you say?
Ma'am,
1 over 2.
1 over 20 will be the smallest because the bigger the denominator, the smaller the fraction.
Okay, so 1 over 20 is going to be my smallest fraction, guys, because it means I'm cutting my cake into 20 pieces, and then I'm only going to get one of those pieces, right? If I have to cut my cake into 20 pieces or my pizza into 20 pieces, the pieces are going to be very small, right? So I'm not going to get very much. All right, so my smallest fraction is the one with the biggest denominator. So if we have the smallest fraction as one of the biggest denominator, what's going to be my biggest fraction? What's my biggest fraction, Namsla?
Ma'am, I don't understand.
Okay, so remember a fraction is part of a whole. Okay, so if we've got, here I've got my my fraction, here's my pretend pizza, okay? And if I split my pizza into 2 pieces, right? So I cut my pizza up into 2 pieces, then each piece, let's pretend like that, each piece would be the size, okay? So if I cut my big pizza in half, I'm going to get 2 halves like that. They're going to be that size each, okay? But now if I take the same size pizza, so here's another size pizza, and I cut it into 4 pieces, okay? I cut it into quarters. Let's cut them into quarters here. Oops. I'll actually bring some colored paper for Wednesday so we can see it easier. And then let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Look how small my pieces are when I cut my pizza up into 4 pieces. Can you see how small those are? Okay, what? I'm dropping them because I can't hold them all. But can you see how small my pieces are when I cut them into quarters compared to when I cut them into halves? Okay, so if I split my pizza into half, I'm going to get more pizza for 1 slice. And if I cut it into quarters, I'm going to get less pizza in 1 slice. So that's a quarter and that's a half, right? So we can see a quarter is much smaller than a half, okay? So my half is my biggest piece that I can get, okay? And Nati, do you agree? Okay, so my half in my list is my biggest piece of pizza, okay? That's a really big piece of pizza. My next bit of pizza is the quarter, okay, because it's got the next smallest denominator. So I've now cut them into 4 pieces only. What's going to come next? What's going to be my next smallest? Anati?
It's going to be 1/7.
1/7, okay? Because I'm still only splitting my pizza into 7 pieces, right? Ashley, what will my next smallest be?
Ma'am, I think it's 1/9.
1/9. Very good, because now I've split my pizza into 9 pieces. And my smallest piece of pizza, Tara, is which one?
1/20.
1/20.
Yes.
Okay, right. So remember, with your denominator, that's telling us how many pieces we're dividing the whole into. Okay, so we can think about it like pizza, or we could say if I've got 1 rand, I've got to share it between 2 people, which means we each going to get 50 cents. We have to share it between 4 people, so we each going to get 25 cents. Okay, so you're going to get less and less every time. Okay, all right, and I think we are running
Can we actually
low.
change the pizza into oranges? It's making us all hungry.
Oranges. Okay, tell you what, I'm actually going to bring some. I'm going to bring some things on Wednesday that we're going to use for this. Okay, so we'll do some actual fraction shapes and things. All right, because it'll help us, I think, see us a little bit better. Okay.
Ma'am, for how long are we going to be doing fractions?
We've got 10 lessons of fractions. Okay, so we've got quite a while. We're going to do, so I'm going to go through this quickly, and then Teacher Coco is going to talk to you a little bit. So we're going to have a look at this today, and then next week we're going to have a look, or on Wednesday we're going to have a look at lowest common denominators and comparing fractions, and then we'll have a look at some adding and subtracting, some multiplying, and then we'll go into percentages and then decimals. And we're going to do the same thing with decimals. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of time to get through it all. Sube, that is a wonderful compliment. Thank you. I appreciate that. I won't tell your principal. I promise. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop now because I think we need to go into Teacher Coco needs to talk to you, and then we're going to need to do goodbyes. And then on Wednesday, you need to remember what? Everybody, tell me, what must you remember on Wednesday?
Login details.
Login details. Okay. And I'm quickly going to tell you, guys, I set the quizzes, right? Okay. And I time how long it takes me to do the quiz. And then I give you at least 2 times or 3 times the amount of time it takes me, because that's how teachers check how long the test is going to take, right? You guys are finishing quicker than me.
What about quiz day, ma'am?
Yeah, that's a
We're
Wednesday.
going to talk about that just now. If Teacher Rebecca would let me share my screen.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and then you can share. Whoops.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, let's see. How many people do I have? I've got Wipilo, I've got Shakira, I've got Namkla, and I've got Mahati. I need the 4 of you to keep your fingers next to your unmute because you guys are going to be reading for us. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen quickly. Okay, here we go. And Wipilo, are you ready? You're going to read this first slide for us, yeah? Once my computer decides to work.
I can't say it properly.
Me too.
Sorry,
Here we go.
oh, there we go. Okay, wait, Bill, are you ready? Please read for us.
Welcome to the web of grade 7's, the best web grade.
Okay, so it says, welcome to Watobe, grade 7, the best Watobe grade. I don't care what other grades are doing, I know we're the best grade. Hey guys? Absolutely. All right, Namta, can you read number 1 for me, please? Rule number 1.
Mute and rise.
It says mute and raise, which means, guys, every time we're in a lesson, we are muted. And then if we want to answer a question, we raise our hand. Okay, thank you very much. Mahati, can you tell us?
Mute. I can't raise my hand.
Okay, we're gonna look at how to do that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna teach you. Mahati, can you read number 2 for us?
If you don't get picked to answer, you can pop your answer in the chat.
Awesome. So if you don't get picked to answer, you just put your answer in the chat. That's because whoever's answering might get stuck. And you guys need to help the person answer the question. So you put your answer in the chat, and then they're going to use your answer so that they can help them answer the question. All right, Shakira, please read number 3 for me.
Log into wabo.com.za. Always have your login ready.
Good. You log into watobe.co.za and you always have your logins ready. Why do we need to have our logins ready? You guys can unmute and let me know. Why do we have our logins ready? Because Wednesday is
Quiz day.
Wednesday is quiz day.
Can I ask a question? What happens on quiz day?
Well, that's a very good question. Who can answer this question?
Quiz day.
Who knows? Who can tell us?
Me, ma'am.
What happens? Who's been here with us long enough? Who can tell us? Naomi, can you tell us what happens on quiz day?
Ma'am, on quiz day, that's where you'll get your quiz and then just press start quiz, and then you'll just get a sheet on your device saying with questions, and you'll answer the questions.
Yes.
It's
awesome.
basically a test.
It is kind of like a test, but it's everything that Teacher Rebecca's taught you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. When does the quiz happen? Who knows when do we take the quiz? Ashley,
On
can you tell us?
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
When on Wednesday? At what time? Ashley, do you know?
Ma'am, after the lesson.
After the lesson. Well done. It happens at the
After class.
end of the lesson. Okay, and that's why you need to have your logins ready. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We can all
I can't wait
unmute
for quiz day.
Okay. The person raising their hand, please stay behind and we're going to help. But everybody, we can unmute and say bye, Teacher Rebecca. Bye-bye.
Bye.